This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
And welcome everybody to Danford Field on the campus of L.D. Bell High School in Hurst, Texas. It's South Lake Carroll Dragon baseball. Kerry Lowry with Pete Nielsen bringing you the action today. A district showdown, the last road game for the Carroll Dragons. And they face L.D. Bell. L.D. Bell not going to make the playoffs this season. Carroll is. Good Tuesday night game. The weather has cleared up for tonight. I know a lot of things might have been rained out last night, but tonight has definitely cleared up. It's senior night here at L.D. Bell, and we're introducing all the seniors on the field right now. So stay with us on CSR TV for Dragon Baseball tonight.
Number 15, Caleb Irwin. Caleb is the son of Lori and True Rod. He plays second and third base for Bell.
Well, welcome in, Kerry. Welcome into Carroll baseball, folks, and glad that you can be here. A little change up in pace. We're here on Wednesday night. A little bit of rain last night, Monday night. Field unplayable here at Bell last night. Perfect condition tonight. Looks like we'll be okay for Saturday night. But welcome, Kerry, into South Lake Carroll baseball for the first time this year. And, Kerry, this is a Carroll team that started district play struggling a little bit, playing the top half of district with Coppell and Trinity and Richland, and went through those 6 games at 1-5, and at 2-4. Since then, they've been on a roll. They are now the 4th seed, clinching a playoff spot. If things go well this week, a couple victories and a Richland loss, they could end up in a tie. Those two teams tied in the 2 games they played this year, so that would turn into a 1-game playoff to be determined one day next week. Playoff baseball will start next week, whether the teams – don't ask me who we're playing, when we're playing, or where we're playing, but or if it's going to be a 1 or a 3-game series. But all the action will be heard here on Champion Sports Radio starting on the 8th of May, we believe.
4-game winning streak for Carroll coming into this game. They've outscored their opponents during that streak 32-1.
Really good pitching. Really getting good pitching. The issue all year hasn't been the pitching. It's been outstanding all year. And if you follow Carroll baseball, they're doing it without their ace, a young man who tore his rotator cuff, and Ben Leeper. And well, there's rumors that Ben may be around in the playoffs, and that would give this team a huge boost. But as of right now, Matthew Canarino goes on the mound tonight, and as a junior, he's done a really, really good job for this Dragon baseball team.
And like you said, they are still in the hunt, trying to improve their playoff stature. They've already made it, but they can improve their seed with a win in their last 2 games, both against Bell tonight and then again on Friday. Is that correct?
Yeah, tonight and then back over at Dragon Field for senior night. You see senior night going on here, and that's wrapping up, so I'm sure now we'll get the introduction of the starting lineups, our national anthem, and we'll get rolling. And with all the rain we've had, Kerry, unbelievable, absolute perfect game tonight. We are set up right behind home plate here at LD Bell, kind of a unique place for us to be broadcasting in. But with all the folks, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And bear with us with the camera angle. It's going to be a little different than you used to over at Dragon Field, but we'll do the best we can to get you all the action.
We're as close to the field as We might need a bat.
May
or a
have to
glove
turn
at
the
some
crowd
point.
mic down a little bit, partner. We hear things we might not want to hear.
That's right. Danford Field in Hearst as the teams are getting ready. A little bit of late start, like Pete said, because of the senior night situation. But they're going to get it going here pretty soon.
Yeah, they will. And while we have this opportunity, we can introduce you to the starting lineups for both teams. We're going to see them introduced here in a minute. But, Carrie, get to know the Dragons.
All right. The Dragons are going to start batting out of the number 1 spot. Number 10, Alex Johnson at DH.
He's hitting for the pitcher tonight, Canarino.
Batting second is Drew Davis, the second baseman. Third is Eric Cole, the center fielder. Batting cleanup for the Dragons is the catcher, Nick Motley. At first base, Casey Combs takes up the 5th spot. Batting 6th, in left field, Ross Cadena. Right field, the 7th hitter, Ryan Bellamy. Batting 8th is the 3rd baseman, Kevin Kramer. And batting 9th, the shortstop, Stephen Billington.
And we talked about Matt Canarino, who's going to be on the mat. He's been a Tuesday night starter since district play has started. And in a word, he's been outstanding. The couple losses that he does have, just bad luck losses, a wild pitch, a misplay. But the bottom line for the offense for the Dragons this year, you mentioned the run differential here as they've gone into district play. Offensively, they've really found themselves. But one name missing out of that lineup tonight is Hudson Sanchez, their starting shortstop. And bad news for Hudson Sanchez, bad news for the Carroll Dragons. Word is a fractured finger, going to keep him out for a while. So the test tonight will be finding a shortstop. And tonight, first up, it's an audition according to Coach Hughes. And Stephen Billington gets the first opportunity to play shortstop for the Dragons.
One of the key positions on the field, needless to say.
And a 5-hole hitter, too. So Hudson Sanchez will be missed. So this is a team that has been, you can't talk about injuries, but, Eric Cole, they're, probably their best player out until just 3 weeks ago all season. You lose your best pitcher, and Coach Hughes has this team in the playoffs. That's something to say about the rest of this team.
Now, do you think, after starting as much as, 12 or 13-0 before district and then tripping up, but now winning their last 4, looking to be favorites in their last 2, allowing only a 1.9 runs a game in district. Are they gelling right now, Pete?
They're gelling, yeah, and the top half of this district is really good. Capel is outstanding. They've got 2 D1 starting pitchers that were really, really good when we saw them. And Trinity probably the surprise in the district. They're just getting outstanding hitting and good enough pitching to be in the position they are. Richland, another surprise team. That team just plays hard. You'd look at that team and you would say, how do they do it? But they do it. And, they took one of the most exciting games of the year we had was the game over at Richland. Carroll had gone ahead in the top of the 7th inning, and Richland came back, scored 2 runs in the bottom half of the inning to win that game, and that's the difference between 3rd and 4th place right now.
And again, they're trying to get into 3rd place if they can overtake Richland, who has 3 games left, I believe, on their schedule.
And they have one that they're trying to get made up from last weekend. They tried to play Friday night. That didn't happen. Tried to play Saturday. That didn't happen. Tried to play last night. That didn't happen. I don't know when they're going to play the game. They're going to have to play that game if Carroll takes care of business and wins 2 games this week. Because if they don't play it, they have to be ahead of them. So that game will have to be played. I just don't know when. Now they're introducing the starting lineups. Might as well take this opportunity, Carrie, to introduce the starting lineup for Bell, and then we can take our break and get on with baseball.
All right, so the Bell Blue Raiders, the designated hitter, will lead off, Kyle Broussard. At second base is Caleb Irvin. He'll bat second. The number 3 hitter in the lineup is Mason Peters. He's the center fielder. Cleanup hitter for the Blue Raiders is Jordan Satterwhite, the senior, who was just celebrated on the field before the game with his parents. He's also at first base. The 5th hitter is J.B. Moran. He is playing 3rd base. In the 6th hole, right fielder Skylar Cryer. The 7th hitter is the catcher, Cody Reyna. Shortstop, batting 8th, Logan Hurd, also a senior. And in left field, Carter Cleveland, also a senior, rounding out the Blue Raider lineup.
Just a reminder, folks, that tonight's pregame program is brought to you by Meet You Anywhere Barbecue. Go to Meet You Anywhere Barbecue in Grapevine for the best barbecue in North Texas. Online, meetyouanywhere.com. That's MEAT, the letter U, anywhere.com. We've been there. It's good.
And the pitcher for the Raiders is William Meyer.
The designated hitter, number 3.
Got some numbers on Mr. Meyer we can share with everybody here. And Will Meyer, 15 and 2/3 innings pitched. He started 2 games. He's 2-0 on the season, giving up 19 hits, 12 runs, 10 of them earned, 4 strikeouts, 8 bases on balls. Rather high ERA of 4.68 for Will Meyer.
In the cleanup spot, the first baseman, number 21.
Maybe one of those starters that Coach Gibson's trying to get in there.
So tell me, Pete.
Yeah.
You said a Tuesday starter, which obviously is a Wednesday starter this week.
Yeah.
Is that a normal strategy for a team?
Yeah, you'll see the same Tuesday, Friday guys. Kevin Kramer will pitch on Friday for. You would think Kevin Kramer will pitch. It depends if the game means something. Maybe Coach Hughes will play it, pitch a starter, throw somebody a senior. But mostly you'll see Cantorino for the Dragons on Tuesday, Kramer on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, most teams will do that. Now, when you have a wealth of pitching, like our friends over at Capel, sometimes you'll see different people. But for the most part, they'll throw their moose out there, Jensen Elliott on Tuesday night, and then they'll go around with everybody else.
Okay, we're going to take a break here at Danford Field, and we'll be back with the first pitch. It's Carroll against Bell, next on CSR TV.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
And we're back here, and the national anthem is complete. Kerry Lowry, Pete Nielsen bringing you Carroll baseball. Taking the mound is Will Meyer, and he is about to take his first warm-up pitch as the Bell defense has already taken the field, and they're ready to go here on a Wednesday night.
Defensively for LD Bell tonight, Carter Cleveland's the left fielder. Mason Peters will play center field. Skylar Cryer is the right fielder. J.B. Moran's the third baseman. Logan Hurd, the shortstop. Caleb Urban, the second baseman. Jordan Shadowhite is the first baseman. Cody Reyna is the catcher. And we talked about William Meyer, 2-0 on the season, 4.68 ERA coming into the game tonight.
As you see, the Bell Raiders in their powder blue with navy blue across the shoulders and down the sleeves, white pants. And then you'll have the Carroll Dragons in their grays with the green letters tonight.
More and more teams, I don't know if you've noticed, you've done some baseball this year, showing the stirrups. Neither one of these teams want to do that. Well, some of them do, not the catcher.
They get to choose, right?
Yeah, I think they get to choose, and some of the Carroll Dragons do. Mr. Johnson, he's the opinion, no, I don't like that look.
Leading off the top of the first for the Dragons.
And it is Alex Johnson to lead off for the Dragons, the designated hitter from the right side. Meyer comes home. First pitch is a strike, a little high in the zone, right across the letters, strike one. Meyer working quickly, throws it back in. A little breaker on this one. Again up in the zone. Again right into the strike zone for strike two. 0-2 gets up quickly on Johnson. Third pitch, and this one is wrapped out to left field and flagged down by the left fielder for the first out. That one almost dropped home there, Pete, but to no avail. 3 pitches, and Alex Johnson is retired.
Did not get that off the good part of the bat and kind of just fluttered out there, like you said, Kerry. And a nice play by the left fielder, come in and make the play. And here's one of the hottest Dragons right here, and Mr. Drew Davis, the second baseman.
Davis from the right side. Here's the pitch. That one's an inside fastball. Turned it up a notch on that pitch, did Meyer.
Meyer, strike throwing machine here. 4 pitches, 4 strikes.
Actually, that one was a ball, just barely inside.
Well, that's what I get for trying to pay attention.
Well, you got a lot to do there. There's a ground ball over near the third base coach. He tries to flag it with his right hand barehanded. Couldn't do it.
Hearing it from the dugout over there, too.
1-1 the count. That one hits the outside corner. Nice pitch there, a breaker for Meyer, and the count is 1-2. He is a strike throwing machine. He's proven it right here to you. That was down. A little bit of a throwaway pitch, went down and in, almost an unhittable pitch, and the count is even 2-2. Nobody on, top of the first inning, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Kind of waved at that one. Strike 3, and quickly 2 up, 2 down for the Carroll Dragons against Will Meyer.
Changed speed a little bit that time. Had Drew out in front, and that's a good pitch. 2 quick outs here for the Dragons.
The center fielder, number 9, Eric Cole.
Eric Cole, center fielder, left-handed hitter.
And the leader of this ball club.
Meyer delivers, low and outside, ball 1.
Really made the move when they were struggling offensively. Kerry, the move was made to move Eric from the leadoff slot into the 3 slot. This team has started to really percolate with him in the 3-hole.
That one's up and gets that spot in the zone that Meyer likes, and so does the home plate umpire. And it is strike 1.
If
1-1.
that's going to be a strike, we're going to be out of here in an hour.
Here's the pitch. Teasing that outside corner, and he catches it.
Wow.
1-2, the count.
Liberal. I like sitting back here. This is kind of fun.
Again, we are not up in the press box. What you see from the camera is what we're seeing out of our eyes.
And I've got it wide open to get as far away as I can.
There's the pitch. Going down to get it, but drilling it foul down the right field line. Cole had to protect the plate on that one, Pete. He did successfully. Spoils off what would have been a ball, but still, he's protecting the plate.
Yeah, you've talked about the offensive, how the offense has come around, and that starts with good at-bats, and that's been the difference. All these guys really battling through every at-bat.
There's his pitch. That one is too high. Ball 2, 2-2.
Hope you don't call that one a strike.
2-2 with 2 outs. 2 up, 2 down for the Dragons here in the top of the first. That one bounces in, and we go full. First full count for Meyer against any of the Dragons.
In among the people, too. This is fun. Hear the fans in the background. Let's hope they all behave.
There's a swing and a pop foul over on the left side. This one's going to get out of play just barely over the Bell dugout, third base side.
Good hustle by the third baseman and shortstop for the Raiders. Get down the line, see if they can make a play, and just fell out of play.
Cole steps back in. Meyer delivers. Swung on, drilled in the left field, a base hit. This one's down the line, could get past the left fielder. He manages to cut it off in the corner, but on his way to second is Eric Cole. He's in there standing up with a double.
That's what Eric Cole does. pitch on the outside part, and he just takes it down the left field line, and a 2-out base runner now for the Dragons with perhaps their best hitter, their best power hitter coming to plate, Nick Motley.
Catcher, number 19, Nick Motley.
Motley, the catcher, right-hander. First base runner of the game for the Dragons, Eric Cole, standing at second base.
Ball one hop the fence out there in left field, and good play by the left fielder to hurry up and get it in. Cole has outstanding speed.
Not holding Cole at second. Look back at him, swinging and a miss, foul tipped. Strike one to Nick Motley, the catcher.
Teams have been coming inside on Nick, not to let him extend those arms, and you see he's a long, wiry young man. Get those arms out, he'll put the ball in play.
And that he did right there. Hits it high, it's deep to left field, and it is gone.
On cue.
You called it, and they left one out over the plate. Nick Motley drives it just to the left of the 365 sign here at Danford Field, and the Carroll Dragons are on the board, 2-0.
And Nick's been due. He's been hitting a lot of hard balls right at people, the dreaded atom ball. No one was going to catch that one. 2-0 Dragons. That was a no-doubter.
Eric Cole scores on the play as he had that two-out double. It looked innocent as it could be, but it ends up being a run. And now Casey Combs comes to the plate. Base is clear for the first baseman, batting in the 5-hole for the Dragons. There's a breaking ball right over the heart of the plate. Strike one.
Another hot hitter here. He's kind of worked his way into the line and worked his way up the lineup, and it's become the stalwart at first base the last couple weeks. So many options for Coach Hughes. He has so many kids that want to get out there and play. When they get the opportunity, they've really been stepping up.
Here's a pitch. That one just off the outside corner. The count goes to 2-1. Danford Field, 330 down the lines, 365 in the alleys, 375 to dead center field. Ground ball through the hole between third and short. Just past the shortstop's dive. Left fielder gets it back in. And Carroll with their third consecutive hit.
All this with 2 outs. And again, we talked about how you talked about in the open how this team has really found themselves offensively. To be honest with you, Kerry, it's been the guys on the bottom of the lineup, and we're getting there now. Cadina's been real good lately. Bellamy's been real good lately. We haven't seen them yet. Now the guys on the top are starting to hit. That's a good sign.
There's a pitch. That one drops down inside. Almost gets the strike zone. Instead, 1-0 to the batter, Ross Cadina, the left fielder.
Top half of the first inning is brought to you by Jeff Irwin State Insurance Agency. For all your insurance need, call Jeff at 817-251-8900 or visit jeffirwin.com. And also brought to you by our friends at the Heineman family. Remember, baseball is like church. Many attend, but few understand. That one brought to you by the great Leo DeRocher.
All right. Meyer turns around. Quick throw over to first base. Back quickly and safe is Casey Combs. 1-1 count now to Ross Cadina. Cadina batting from the right side. Swings and pops this one very high. Could bounce on our heads. It's going to get past us, though.
Okay, here's the rule.
It might come back. You never know. All right.
Here's the rule,
I'm
new
getting
guy.
deeked here.
Protect the stuff. I'm used to a roof.
If he wasn't laughing, I would have thought he was really trying to protect me. Here's a ground ball to the third baseman. Nice 2 hops to him, throwing across the diamond for out number 3. But 2 runs get home on the 2-run homer by Nick Motley. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Carroll 2 and Bell coming up to bat.
On all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Bottom half of the first inning here from beautiful Danfield Field in Euless, Texas. Bottom half of the first inning is brought to you by our friends over at the Alcorp Marketing. Thank you to Ben Allen and the Allen family. To find out more about Alcorp Marketing, check them out at alcorpmarketing.com.
Matthew Canarino on the mound, taking his warm-up pitches here. Throw down by the catcher there, Cody Reyna. I'm sorry, not Cody Reyna, but Nick Motley, who had the home run in the first inning. And we're ready to go here. The first batter for the Raiders is Kyle Broussard, the designated hitter. He'll bat from the left side against Cantorino.
Fastball, curveball, changeup pitcher is Cantorino, and he will pound the strike zone.
And a necklace issue here, so we come to a halt here as Broussard has to unbling.
Unbling. That'll be a new word in a dictionary.
He's ready to go now.
Yeah, we should be unblinging in the dugout before the at-bat. But that's okay. Some umpires won't make you unbling.
And there's a strike on the outside corner. That one was just off. I mean, that's the same corner that he gave Meyer in the first inning.
It's the same strike zone, I guess.
Same
so it's going to be a long day. We'll be out of here quick. That's a strike, too, then.
There it is. Sure enough, it was.
Get comfortable, folks. This is going to be over quick.
0-2. Canarino, 2 quick strikes on the leadoff hitter, Kyle Broussard. That one a bit outside, 1-2.
Just a bit outside.
Wind blowing out to center field, just a little bit.
Did we mention it was a perfect night?
It pretty much is. About 77 degrees outside.
We'll be begging for this night in a couple of weeks.
That is a serious breaking ball that broke across the plate and then dove to the low and inside. It had to have caught something along the way, but 2-2 is the count.
I'm going to be quiet.
There's
That's
back to
why.
the screen. Hey, we're closer to the umpire than ever, so you better be quiet, Pete.
Yeah, I know. But usually when it curves through the middle of the plate, it's a strike. I don't know. 2-2.
Broussard checks his swing. Did he go around? No appeal, no call. He is still in there. They finally point over to the first base umpire, and he says no.
Now, out of the Carroll dugout, we hear, that's strike 5.
Motley had already gone to throw to the third baseman to go around the horn after the strikeout. They had to throw it back. 3-2. If nothing else, Broussard is using up some pitches, which was what a leadoff hitter is supposed to do. That time, he got him right down the middle. On the 3-2 pitch.
If I'm going back to the dugout, I'm going to say to Coach, I don't know what a strike is. But, hey, 1 out.
He made him throw 8 of them, so, you know.
Got his money's worth.
He did. Caleb Irvin, the second baseman, batting from the right side, the next Raider hitter. That one bounces right through the wickets. Ball 1. Again, 2-0 as Nick Motley put Carroll on the board with a 2-out rally, a 2-run homer. for Motley in the first inning when it looked like Will Meyer had their number to get him out of the inning. They put together 3 consecutive hits with 2 outs. Again, dealing low is Cantorino. And Irvin is ahead in the count, 2-0.
I believe our home plate umpire likes the high strike zone, so Matthew may have to adjust, come up a little bit, and comes in with the fastball on the hands, gets the first strike. Little roller.
I think you're right, Pete. He definitely has favored. Now, granted, those are low pitches that aren't going to be, but the wheelhouse for this umpire is the outside and high in the strike zone. This one swung on, popped up. Third baseman has a beat on it. He's 2 steps into fair territory and makes the catch.
Got inside that time and got it off the hands, and all that. Only place that ball could go is up, and 2 outs now.
Kevin Kramer makes the play over at third base. Did a little happy dance under it, but he settled right down. It wasn't very far from where he was positioned to begin with.
Did not have to turn on the Indiana Jones music.
There's a ground ball right to the first baseman. About the easiest play you could get. Turns, he decides to tag the runner, and the Raiders go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first inning. We'll go to the top of the second. It's Carroll 2, Bell 0.
Harold Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute. Online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Top half of the second inning here at Danford Field. Dragons lead 2-0. Welcome back in, Kerry Lowry.
Consider the right fielder, number 4, Ryan Bellamy.
You might want to turn that thing on. I can hear you now, huh?
Yeah, okay. I was talking.
I'm new.
No, I'm the new one. Ryan Bellamy, Kevin Kramer, and Stephen Billington will be up for the Carroll Dragons. And there is the first pitch. It is ball 1 to Bellamy. Bellamy, the right fielder. Outside and low. 2-0 the count to Bellamy. 2-0. Carroll early in this one. Outside goes 3-0 to the leadoff hitter. Again, on the mound for Bell is Will Meyer. Allowed 2 runs on 3 hits in that first inning. Takes some speed off of that one, Pete, and drops it right into the strike zone.
Yeah, it's one of those almost automatic strikes. You got to try to get that. You don't want to lead off walk. And I see if Bellamy's taking one here as well. He
that
is.
One is low and outside. Took it, ball 4.
Tonight's broadcast of Dragons baseball on Champion Sports brought to you by Sports Radio is brought to you in part by Speedy B Car Wash on Davis, where they believe they have to earn your business each and every visit. Visit them online at speedybcarwash.com.
Kevin Kramer steps in, the third baseman. Caught a pop-up in the last inning defensively. Nobody out. Bellamy leads off of first base, a modest lead. Meyer from the stretch. Looking for that outside corner, and instead it's drilled down the left field line And running all the way around second, on his way to third, and holding up there is Bellamy. And into second base with a stand-up double is Kevin Kramer. He bounced it right over the bag, Pete.
Yeah, we talk about Kramer, who's going to probably be your pitcher Friday night. He has found himself at the plate as well lately, and there's another sign of him really getting locked in at the plate. Another positive sign for the Dragons offensively.
The number 9 hitter, Stephen Billington, the shortstop. And he takes high for ball 1. Now, Billington, not usually in the lineup, right?
Well, no, this is the audition. Coach Hughes has to find a shortstop for the playoffs, and this is the first opportunity for somebody to try, and this is Stephen Billington. So we'll see how he can do. I think it's more importantly how he does defensively. Now, if he can pick up a hit now and then, that's a bonus.
1-1 the count to Billington. He comes into a decent pressure situation, but definitely an opportunity. One of the best opportunities you can have, which is second and third, nobody out. Swung on, ground ball to the shortstop. It's going to score a run. The throw across, and Billington is out. Runner holds at second base, but cruising home is Bellamy on the play, and an RBI ground out for Stephen Billington.
It's a nice job.
First at bat of the game.
Really nice job by Stephen putting the ball in play. The infield playing back, I'm a little surprised and just conceding the run here in the second inning. Now, still a runner on second base. RBI ground out for Billington. Dragons lead 3-0.
Kevin Kramer stands at second base. He stayed there during that whole play. Kind of had to hold up since the play was right in front of him.
Yep, don't want to make that out. Never want to make that first out at third base. Ever, ever, ever.
Back to the top of the order, Alex Johnson. He flew out to left field. Almost dropped in, short left field, but was chased down. And this time he swings, right 2 hops to the shortstop, throws across the diamond, dug out. Incredible play by the first baseman over there, who backhand digs out a great scoop and gets the second out of the inning.
That's Satterwhite over there at first base that made that play, and outstanding speed by Alex Johnson, almost beating that out. 2 outs.
Drew Davis, strikeout victim in the first inning, gets up here in the second. That breaking ball drops in for a strike. 3-0 Carroll here in the top of the second inning. And swung, and the backhand by the shortstop. Throws across the diamond. It's too high. And it's over into the dugout of Carroll. And cruising home easily is Kevin Kramer on the overthrow. And on his way to second is Drew Davis.
Boy, Logan Hurd made a great play going deep into the hole and went down to the knee to make a play, and just too much on the throw. I'm not sure if he gets him anyway, but fourth row on the scoreboard. Official score calls that a hit. So, man standing on base now with 2 outs for the Dragons. 4 up on the scoreboard. Nope, they changed it to an error, my friend.
And here is a pop-up.
That's killed.
Out to actually hit it pretty darn far, all the way out to right field. It is flagged down there, though, and Eric Cole is retired. That's the 3rd out of the inning. But 2 runs go on the board for the Carroll Dragons. It's 4-0 over Bell at the end of 1.5.
I'm in a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
Bottom half of the second inning brought to us by our friends at Around the Plate Sports, where personalized coaching changes practice to passion and transforms players into champions. Check out AroundThePlateSports.com for more information. And Kerry, 4 runs on the board already for the Dragons to see what Mr. Canarino can do to shut down this Blue Raider offense.
Blue Raiders will bring up Jordan Satterwhite, J.B. Moran, and Skylar Cryer. 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Satterwhite, the first baseman, bats from the right side. Canarino has only faced 3 batters in that first inning. 1, 2, 3 with a strikeout. No ball left the infield. Home plate umpire addressing something over there in the Bell dugout. And here's a swing and a pop foul over on the right side. It'll be strike 1. Satterwhite swinging away at that one.
A healthy rip.
Four to 0 our score. Here's the Canarino delivery and another strike. That one a breaking ball. And Pete, that was a different kind of pitch than we've seen
that
so
one
far.
fell off the table. That was a good pitch there. And you'll see him work that in from time to time, usually when he gets behind the count to get people off balance. But that time he gets ahead within it. There it is again. What a great pitch.
Drop third strike, so they have to throw the ball to first base. Hustling down very quickly is Satterwhite, but the ball gets there a little quicker than he did. And that goes down as the second strikeout of the game for Cantarino.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 13, J.B. Moran.
J.B. Moran, the third baseman, now steps in from the right side. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. 4 to 0 Carroll. Swung back to the screen. 0-1 the count. They're looking for their first hit here.
Yeah, and Canarino doing what a good pitcher will do when they get the lead, pounding that strike zone.
And he does have a comfortable lead now. His offense gave him a lead to where 4 runs had scored, and Bell had only had 3 batters up.
Bottom half of the second inning also brought to you from our friends by Nothing Bundt Cakes. So yummy you'll wish they didn't have a hole in them. Stop by their location over in the South Lake Town Square. Call 817-416-6228.
There's an excuse me swing. The shortstop has it. He has to eat it, though. And on base with the first hit of the game for the Raiders is J.B. Moran.
Yeah, Moran just threw the bat at the ball. It got past Canarino, and Billington makes the smart play there. I don't think he has a chance. Why risk throwing the ball away? So a 1-out base runner for L.D. Bell here in the second inning.
Brings up Skylar Cryer, batting from the right side. Cryer is the right fielder. Made the play to end the last inning on the deep fly ball out there. Modest lead over there for Moran. And there's a swing and a miss on the pitch right down the pipe from Cantarino.
You talk about one of our sponsor for this thing, Nothing But Cakes. I can tell you, there's something special.
If Moran hadn't gotten a hit, I was going to make sure that you knew. You have had one of those, right?
Yeah, they've sampled. We've had samples up in the press box, and my word, I almost lost Brad.
You know what's great about that place is that the office in the corporate environment, you can run over and get a bunch of them and bring them back for the whole area.
Wow, that's
that
a good
one
pitch.
Is just low. A little discussed there by Canarino. He thought he had that one.
Yeah, that's a good pitch, and you've got to adjust to the strike zone. One thing that our home plate umpire is consistent. He's not going to give you that pitch.
And there's a swing and a miss. 1-2 now the count to Skylar Cryer. J.B. Moran at first base after getting the first hit of the game for the Bell Raiders. Canarino with the stirrups. The right-hander on the mound. Stares in, looks for the sign. Now from the stretch. Pitch, swing and a miss. Went with that breaking ball slider that dove right down at the plate. Catcher had to cradle it to catch that ball, and that is the third strikeout of the game for Canarino.
It's an outstanding job by Nick Motley keeping that in front. That ball just fell off the table. Looks like Canarino has that curveball, the slower of the two, working really well tonight.
In for Bell, the catcher, Cody Reyna. Now with 2 outs, and there's another breaking ball and swinging away at that one. That one, the speed kind of fooled him on that.
Yeah, and if you keep it down there and not up in the zone, that's a tough pitch to hit, and he's done that the last 3 or 4 pitches, and that's almost unfair with the fastball that he has when he reaches back to throw it right there.
And there it is, and he blew it right by Reyna. He was late on that swing, early on the first swing, so it's a matter of speeds right now for Canarino, and he's got Reyna fooled down 0-2. Here's the pitch, and that was on the outside corner. A fastball brought the heat, and that retires the side for the Bell Raiders. 1 hit, but no runs, and we go to the top of the 3rd inning. It's Carroll 4, Bell 0.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShopboxDFW.com today. ShopboxDFW.com.
Top half of the 3rd inning here at beautiful Danford Field in Hurst, Willis.
It's Hurst officially.
Hurst, Texas.
That's what my GPS said.
And beautiful field here. In absolutely perfect shape, and with all the rain we had, and I don't know if we've seen this much green around here in a really, really long time. This field is in absolutely perfect shape. Dragons lead 4-0. We go to the 3rd inning. Here's Gary.
Thank you, Pete. 4-0 our score. Stepping in so far, the hero of the game, Nick Motley.
Catcher Nick Motley.
2-run homer in the 1st inning with 2 outs. Steps in from the right side. Swings and drills one. This will be a base hit to left field. A cutoff by the left fielder. Loses his feet just a little bit, but gets it back in quickly. You know what? That left fielder over there has made some outstanding plays for the Bell Raiders.
Carter Cleveland.
He is quality defensive player for Bell. But meanwhile, on base for the 2nd time is Nick Motley with a leadoff single.
Yeah, Motley swinging the bat really, really good tonight. The courtesy runner out there for Nick is.
First baseman Casey Combs.
Give me a moment, and I'll tell everybody who that might be. That is Sam Avers, the courtesy runner for Motley, as you'll see for the catcher all the time.
Casey Combs, the first baseman, steps in, now steps back out after a little bit of delay from Will Meyer, the pitcher. Combs 1 for 1 in the game, had a single, but was stranded in the 1st inning. That one is low and outside. 1-0 the count. 6 hits now for the Carroll Dragons. We're in the 3rd inning, so they've definitely been putting people on. They've only left 2 on base, though, at this point through the first 2 innings. That one drops in for a strike. A nice breaking ball there by Meyer. Remember, he got the first 2 batters in this game out very quickly. Using that breaking ball, he might start going back to that, Pete.
Yeah, and what was starting to happen when they started to touch him up was getting that breaking ball up a little bit. And if it's not breaking that much and it's kind of just spinning up there, Carrie, it's a pretty easy hit to pitch, and I think pitch to hit, and I think that's what the issue has been for the young man. That time he aimed it.
This one bounces in. Blocked nicely by the catcher, Reyna. Casey Combs is our batter. 2-1 is the count. Meyer delivers. This one again outside. Runner goes. Throw down to second, and the ball goes into center field, and now going to stay at second base, however, is Nick Motley. And you know what? I think he heard you earlier. You don't want to make the first out.
Yeah, and that's the courtesy runner, Avers, who had checked in. And that's okay. A lot going on, and not in our friendly confines here. But, yeah, Sam Avers, courtesy runner, and he didn't pick the ball up very well because he could have been standing at third base. And smart if you don't pick it up right away to stay right where you are, but you're right. You don't want to make that out.
Here's a swing. Combs fouls it off to the right side on 3-0. He had the green light there. Now it's 3-1. Trying to pick up an RBI as Avers is out there at second base. They're not holding him.
There's the faith Coach Hughes has in this young man. Let him swing away at 3-0.
Swings at that one and bounces right over the third base bag. Avers comes around third. He's going to score easily. On his way to second is Casey Combs. And the ball is there but bounces away at the last second. It would have been a bang-bang play. Sliding in head first is Casey Combs with an RBI double. It's 5-0. Carroll.
More of the same for the Dragons here, just pounding that ball down the third base line, and no chance. A good job again by the left fielder Cleveland to come in and make it close at second. Can't be handled, and another man in scoring position now here for the Dragons. Nobody out here in the third inning. They lead 5-0.
Ross Cadena, the left fielder, steps in, takes a slow breaking ball right across the top of that strike zone for strike one. Combs takes a lead off a second. Not really holding. Meyer looks back. Here's a pop-up. This one is a little too deep for the shortstop. Floats out to the left fielder. He makes the play, and that'll be out number one as Ross Cadena is retired.
Look, Carter Cleveland, left fielder, is a busy man tonight. He's going bowling in the corner and pop-ups and done a real nice, solid job out in left field for the Blue Dragons.
He's the defensive star.
Excuse me, the Blue Raiders. Sorry.
He's the defensive star of the game for sure.
That'll get me in trouble on both sides.
There's a slow breaker that stays up in the zone.
Top half of the third inning is brought to you by Meet You Anywhere Barbecue. Go to Meet You Anywhere Barbecue in Grapevine for the best barbecue in North Texas. Online, it's meetyouanywhere.com. That's MEAT, the letter U, anywhere.com.
Ryan Bellamy at the plate, the seventh hitter for the Dragons. He's walked and scored in the second inning. This time an RBI opportunity for him, with Casey Combs standing at second. Count now to 3-0.
And Bellamy's one of the guys, Kerry, that I talked about earlier, who've gotten a chance to play and have really, really excelled. And it's been tough for Coach Hughes to take him out of the lineup. Really hitting the ball well and getting on base and doing well defensively as well. That one he almost got in the chin.
That one's up and a walk. The second walk of the game for Bellamy. This one on 4 pitches, a no-brainer there.
We're going to have a little visit out to the mound by Coach Gibson, longtime head coach here at LD Bell, Paul Gibson. Heard during the pregame, over 400 wins here at LD Bell. It's pretty impressive.
It's very impressive.
Coach Hughes has been around a long time. He's got over 500, but wow, 400 wins, nothing to sneeze about.
It's nice to have that stability in the program.
It is, and LD Bell's always been a powerhouse in the Metroplex, and perhaps a down year this year, but Coach Gibson will get this group going again. That's going to be a pitching change.
All right, so Meyer is going to come out, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher when he comes in. It's 5-0, Carroll over Bell in the third.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
New pitcher on the mound for the Blue Raiders is J.D. Moran. Here's Gary to tell you all about him.
JB was already in the game, of course. He was
playing third base.
Playing third base for the Blue Raiders. And now he comes in, blonde-haired fellow, throwing from the right side. He had 10 innings so far this season. He's pitched in 5 games. He's had 1 start. He's 1-1. But pretty hefty ERA at 8.4, so he got roughed up in one of those outings. Pretty rough, but he has 10 innings on the season, 8 walks and only 5 strikeouts, and he has hit 3 players. So a little bit wild, but you know what? He's going to get his shot here.
Kevin Kramer.
Against Kevin Kramer of the Dragons.
And Jarrett Fuller's now gone in the game at third base since Moran moved over to the pitching position. Well, housekeeping.
Swing and a foul back to the screen. 2 runners on right now for the Dragons. Casey Combs at second base, Ryan Bellamy at first. They are both the responsibility of Will Meyer, the starting pitcher for Bell. That one right down the pipe. And it's 0-2 now here to Kramer. Kramer doubled in the second inning, which plated Ryan Bellamy. And then he scored himself on a ground out by Stephen Billington.
1-2 on the big scoreboard.
5-0 also on that big scoreboard, Pete. Carroll is up early in this one. This one's fouled away. Count remains 1-2, 1 out. Forces at first, second, and third here. So those ground balls to shortstop that Carroll got on a couple times earlier in the game would be in much easier play right about now. Took a big bender there.
Took a lot off of it and bent it in the inside corner, and Kramer swung over it for the second out. Nice pitch.
Shortstop, Stephen Billington.
Billington had an RBI ground out in the first inning, grounded to the shortstop. Shortstop made a bounced in the throw, an amazing play by the first baseman to bail him out there. There's another bender. That one hits the inside part of the corner, or inside corner. And the count goes to 0-1. A nice start here for J.B. Moran.
Different look. You have to make some adjustments here. That curveball again. That thing's diving out of the zone.
Now with 0-2, we might see if he's setting up a fastball here. He's gone 3 straight breaking balls to Carroll hitters. Combs takes the lead off second. Bellamy leads off first.
Oh, nice stop.
Had a pitch to burn there, and he did so. Luckily, his catcher, Moreno, was able to knock it down. I almost said rain it in, but I really didn't want to go there. With oh, no, I just did, didn't I?
Oh, you did.
Okay. Golly.
Breaking out the good stuff early.
That one is down. That one gets the strike zone. And that is strike 3 and out for Stephen Billington. That's a pitch that nobody had gotten earlier in the game. We go to the top of the 4th inning. It's Carroll 5, Bell 0.
Or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Tonight's broadcast of Carroll Dragon Baseball and Champion Sports Radio is brought to you in part by Heritage Homes, building fine custom homes in Southlake and surrounding communities. That's Heritage Homes. Bottom half of the 3rd here at Danford Field. Dragons lead the Blue Raiders 5-0. Here's Gary.
Gary Lowry, Pete Nielsen bringing you the action today.
Leading off the bottom of the 3rd for the Blue Raiders, the 8th place hitter, the shortstop, number 1.
Logan Hurd, the shortstop, steps in, his first at-bat of the game. And only one hit for Bell thus far. And there's a curveball that goes right across the plate for strike 1. Matthew Canarino has allowed one hit, has 4 strikeouts so far in the game. That one up and outside, 1-1 the count. Only one ball's left the infield for the Blue Raiders. That one's down and in. 2-1. Again, the playoff picture, Pete, for the Carroll Dragons looking pretty good.
Yeah, as it is now, they're the 4th seed, and will have to go and they cross in a district with some really, really good teams with in the likes of Midlothian and Mansfield and South Grand Prairie, and Cedar Hill might be the other team that's a playoff team, but it's between Mansfield and Midlothian, and both of those teams baseball rich and all kinds of outstanding pitching. I can tell you, we saw Midlothian last year, Brad Denton and I, when we were covering Hebron, and they had a junior last name with the last name of Faust that was just special. I can only imagine how good he is this year. So it'll be interesting.
3-2 pitch from Canarino, and that one is nothing. It must have been a foul ball. Okay.
Foul back.
It fouled down and bounced down.
Being this close, I could hear it.
Count remains full to the leadoff hitter here, Logan Hurd, the shortstop. That one on the inside corner, the second time that Hurd had thought that he had walked, and both times a called strike. And Hurd uses up some Canarino pitches, but cannot get on base to start the inning.
Logan's going to learn when you throw the bat away on a 3-1 pitch that if it's close on the 3-2 pitch, it's going to be a strike. Because the umpire don't like to get shown up, and that's exactly what the situation was right there.
Good call, Pete. That's exactly. I mean, that was almost a battle of wits there.
Yeah, if you're going to show me up. If it's close, it's a strike, and that's exactly what happened there. And it was a close pitch to be called a strike, so got to learn from that.
5th strikeout of the game for Canarino.
Wow.
Now waving at that one is Carter Cleveland. Carter's been a defensive standout in this game out in left field, but faces an 0-2 count with one out here in the bottom of the 3rd. 5-0 Carroll.
There's that curveball. Nice job by Cleveland laying off of it.
I really think Canarino threw that exactly where he was trying to throw it, which is unhittable, outside, trying to get Cleveland to dive at it. Count 1-2 from the windup. Matthew Canarino goes low in the zone, does not get there, and elongating the at-bat here is Carter Cleveland as it's now 2-2. Cleveland looking for the second hit of the game for the Blue Raiders. That one waved at. He basically spoiled away a pitch that he was fooled on. Good job by Cleveland.
That's good defense right there. That's all that is. That's a pitch that he wasn't going to be able to do very much with, and he just did something, knocked it away, basically just fouled it back so we can have another pitch to swing at.
2-2 the count. The Canarino pitch, again, fouled off.
Got him set up for the curveball right here. 2 fastballs in, 1 away, and now I would almost guarantee you that he's going to bounce the curveball here. Let's see how good I am.
And it is the curveball, and he gets him on the outside corner. Cleveland did a good job staying alive, but finally gets eaten up by the curveball, and there's 2 up, 2 down here in the 3rd inning. We go back to the top of the order. It's Kyle Broussard. 4 straight strikeouts for Matthew Canarino. Bounces that one in for ball 1.
Canarino's special kid, great grades, a member of the marching band in the fall. So he gets to take part in all that fun with Carroll football, and then in the spring he goes out and does this.
He wanted that one. I think he's mad at himself on that one because he knew where he wanted to put it right off the outside corner. Instead it was low and outside.
Well, half an inning ago that was a strike. This was on the outside corner, but again.
2-0. Looks for that same spot. That's the same exact pitch. This time he got it. Pete, you're giggling to yourself because you know that was the same exact pitch twice.
He can't hear me, I promise.
Same pitch. It's a 50-50 spot. Clearly.
It's either a strike or it's a ball. It can't be both. It's unfair.
And there's a swing and a miss. And suddenly from 2-0, Broussard was ahead in the count. Now he's a little behind. 2-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on for Bell here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, down 5-0. Swings at that one. It was going to be a strike, and instead he
came inside that
it
time.
away.
Yeah, did a good job coming inside. That's a really nice job of battling that off by Broussard.
Pitch, breaking ball right over the plate. Ouch. And there is strike 3, the 5th straight strikeout for Matthew Canarino. Carroll will go and bat in the top of the 4th inning when we come back on CSR TV.
Conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the #1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Leading off the top of the fourth for Carroll, designated hitter Alex Johnston.
Top half of the fourth inning here at Danford Field. Dragons lead 5-0. Top of the order coming to the plate for the Dragons. Here's Carey.
Alex Johnson steps in, his third at bat in 4 innings. You know your team's doing pretty well if you can pull that one off. 5-0 Carroll, 7 hits on the game. Alex Johnson does not have one of them. He's actually 0 for 2 from the leadoff spot tonight. There's a strike, 1-1 the count. On the mound, J.B. Moran. He has his own little strikeout streak going. He had 2 in a row when he came in to relieve Will Meyer in the 3rd inning. Bounces this one in. 2-1 the count. So Canarino's logged 7 strikeouts and has 5 in a row. And Moran with 2 in a row. Lots of swinging and missing so far lately here in this game. Here's the pitch, and this one is rifled into right field for a base hit. One hop to the right fielder, bounces in. J.B. Moran put that one and left it right over the plate, Pete. Alex Johnson with his first hit of the game.
And Johnson with great speed is always a threat to go now at first base with nobody out, with
second baseman
the hot-hitting Drew Davis coming to the plate for the Dragons.
Davis 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out in the first and on via error in the second. Was stranded at second base. Watching Johnson. He does not go. There's a pitch by Moran, and it's a breaking ball over the outside corner. Strike 1.
Good pitch right there. Painting the outside corner, and Davis might have been giving Johnson the pitch to run on that first pitch, but no go there.
There's the fastball, and it dips down low, blocked by the catcher, Reyna. And, again, Johnson, both of those cases might have been able to go. He's probably kicking himself going, well, now it's 1-1.
Reyna definitely, the catcher, Reyna, definitely paying attention.
Here's the throw over on the quick move by J.B. Moran, who came in the 3rd inning in relief of Will Meyer. Got out of a jam there, keeping his team in the game, down by 5. That one's low, 2-1 the count.
Another proud sponsor at Carroll Baseball is Priority Signs and Graphics. Custom building signs, pole signs, LED message centers, and large format graphics. Where your sign is our top priority on the web at PrioritySignsAndGraphics.com.
Moran looks in. 2-1, finds the inside corner. Strike 2. 2-2 now the count. Johnson has been taking some leads, but might be trying to go now. Drew Davis, the hitter. Throw over, and they're trying to keep Johnson close.
And you caught that, Carey. You took an extra step on that lead that time, and good job by the pitcher to notice as well.
There he goes. Swing. Foul.
Oh, that was pretty good. Swing. Foul. You're right, Alex Johnson going on the pitch, and boy, Drew had a good ripped it down the 3rd base line. Just foul.
He really did get a hold of that one. I mean, that was
smoked.
Moran goes breaking ball, swing and a miss, throw down to second base, hits Johnson in the back, but he is safe. Maybe a little bit of bruise there, but
they're going to call that, yeah, and that's a good call by our home plate umpire. When Drew Davis struck out, he walked right in front of the catcher. You can't do that, and so the runner will be put back at first base. Now I'm not sure. I don't know, but I thought that the runner should be out, but and here comes Larry Hughes, and this is always worth the price of admission here.
And yeah, he's gonna. I think it is an out. I think the runner is out from the batter.
Yeah.
Or
it's catcher. It's batter's interference.
Batter interference on the catcher.
Yeah. So that'll be 2 outs and nobody on now for the Dragons. That's the right call.
Now, in the 10-year-old league that I coach,
no, I don't think you're going to get
they
that
just
call.
send him back to first, and they go, "Oh, it's archived, guys. You just can't do that."
That's because you got those modified rules. You'll be there for 6 hours and play an inning.
That's right.
But no, they got that right. He walked right in front of the catcher. You can't do that. I'm not saying Drew did that on purpose. I think he was just frustrated by striking out and then lost his head there and walked in front of the catcher. So 2 out, nobody on.
Eric Cole at the plate, and he takes ball 1. Count even at 1-1. Cole doubled and scored in the first inning and then flew out to right field to end the second inning. Batting from the left side. Oh, that was a nice one right down the middle. 1-2 the count from J.B. Moran, who has done a fine job since coming in the latter part of the third inning.
And this is where Cole does his best work. He will battle and battle and battle down on the count. Right? You see what I mean?
And there is a pop foul over on the left side. So he's a tough out is what you're saying.
Uh-oh. That might have got some car. Yeah, he's a tough out. He's a good hitter. Last year in the state semifinal series against Flower Mound, with the classic series with Carroll and Flower Mound, no doubt in a lot of people's mind, that's the best player on the field. In that series, and you talk about a series that had Division I kids everywhere. Heck, 3 of the Flower Mound starting pitchers on that team are playing in the Big 12 now. So 2 of them down in West Virginia, B.J. Myers and Jordan, the left-hander, and then, of course, Johnson, the right-hander, is down at UT, closing some games as a freshman this year. B.J. Johnson.
Tell you want to see high-quality talent, just get on Champion Sports Radio, and all the baseball teams covered are just top-notch.
We are very, very lucky.
Top-notch. Coppell, Carroll.
Don't forget Marcus. Don't forget.
And Marcus, number 3 in the area.
So starting on the 8th, we will have Coppell. We'll have Flower Mound Marcus. We'll have Flower Mound. We'll have York Dragons of South Lake. And also picking up the Hebron Hawks have jumped on the bandwagon, want us to carry their games too. And that's a lot of baseball, and that's 5 state-ranked teams.
This is a drive to center field, and it is going to be out. Running backwards, a tremendous play by the center fielder, Mason Peters. That retires the Dragons. Score remains 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning.
Tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Bottom half of the 4th inning here at Danford Field. Bottom half of the 4th inning is brought to you by Aruzzo Italian Street Food. Fresh, fast Italian food where family and friends go. Order online at myaruzzo.com. That's Aruzzo's. And also by Sports Med Chiropractic. Former Dragons pitcher and UTA Maverick, Dr. Ryan Robinson, has a practice located in Main Street in Grapevine. Dragons helping Dragons get back in the game and keep them there. Check them out on the web at sportmedcairo.com. And tell you a little secret, Gary. I ate lunch today at Aruzzo's in Addison. Pretty darn good.
Here we go, bottom of the 4th inning. 1 hit for the Bell Blue Raiders so far. Caleb Irvin is the batter, the second baseman. He popped up to the third baseman in the first inning. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2.
I think Canarino's locked in.
I think he's locked in. 5 straight strikeouts. He struck out 6 of the last 7 hitters. And he stick to a 5-0 lead here and an 0-2 count. There's the pitch, and it is low in the zone. Call strike 3. Make that 6 strikeouts in a row.
And if you're a Carroll Dragon fan, Matthew Canarino, a junior.
Center fielder, Mason Peterson.
Mason Peters, the center fielder, grounded down the first base line to end the first inning. One of the non-strikeout victims for Matthew Cantarino. Got a bat on it. Tips that one away there on a foul tip. 1-1 the count.
And that's a good point you just made, Kerry. It's hard to stay in the game defensively when you strike at when your pitcher is being as dominant as Matthew is right now. You got to find a way to stay interested and pay attention. As the ball comes at you, you got to be ready.
And there's a pop deep into the left field, running backwards, and it is off the wall. Into second base with a stand-up double is Mason Peters, and Bell has a base runner here in the bottom of the fourth.
Well,
off of Canarino.
Well, he didn't lead off the inning, but how many times have we seen that? The guy that makes the great defensive play to close the inning out leads off the inning. Well, he didn't lead off, but he came in the second spot, nearly took that one out of here the opposite way, and now he's standing on second base. It's the first time the Blue Raiders have had a runner in scoring position this evening.
Excellent point, Pete, because he did make a fantastic defensive play to end the Carroll fourth. Here's the Canarino pitch, low in the zone. That was a strike earlier, not now. 1-0 the count. Jordan Satterwhite, strikeout victim in the second inning to lead off the second. He steps in. Leading off at second base is Mason Peters. There's a strike in the outside.
Well, I think you got the first one.
Yeah. You're right. You got the first one wrong and the second one.
Yeah, it's 1-1. Ever mentioned what a perfect evening it is for baseball?
Canarino looks back at second. Throws and it's outside. It's good working with you, Pete.
It's fun. I haven't done this in a while.
We're both sprinkled around the high school football landscape in the fall. We pass each other in the hall.
Each other in the parking lot. Hey, where are you going tonight? I'm going. Yeah, and look forward to that again this fall. You know, every year you say, I don't know if I want to do this again. Then it gets closer and closer, and they are doing 19 football games in the fall. To Thanksgiving.
There's a strike. That's right. All the way to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Satterwhite upset with himself on that one. He knew that was a hittable pitch, and he took it for strike 2. 2-2 the count from Matthew Cantarino. Canarino's only allowed 2 hits, but one of them is standing at second base. Mason Peters.
I got to tell you, Kerry, that as Canarino steps off, he is at his best. I'm talking about Matt Canarino when there's runners on base. It's like he has another speed or another notch he goes to, and he just locks in, and it's just a different, even more impressive. What a play by Motley.
And you know what? In this district, you
gotta
be good at being with guys on base.
I tell you, it's a juggernaut. These first 4, the top of this district, I'd put them up in any, the district Flower Mound's in is just as nutty. And you talk about great baseball in the Metroplex this spring. There is a plenty.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Quality at bat there for Satterwhite, but he couldn't come through with it.
And there he goes, reaching back when he needs to, and I've seen it all season. He just does a great job with that.
Pitcher J.B. Moran.
J.B. Moran started the game at third base. He's now the pitcher, and he got the first hit for Bell tonight.
Just throw those hands out. Got it past the pitcher, no play for the shortstop, and does that here, might bring a run in.
That's from the right side. 5-0 Carroll here in the bottom of the fourth inning, 2 outs. First runner in scoring position for Bell. Ooh, there's a breaking ball.
The old knee buckle that time. That's a good pitch.
It's rough. 0-1.
It's almost not fair. You know, you're up. You're all jacked up for fastball on the first pitch. Get ahead in the count. He throws that in there. It's almost impossible to react. Got to be guessing curveball.
Canarino spins, looks back. Peters jumps back, standing up into second base once he realizes nobody was covering there. Again, takes his lead. Throw home. Outside corner. There's a strike. 0-2 now the count.
That curveball buckles him, and he just paints the black of the outside corner for strike 2. This is what I'm talking about. Runner in scoring position. He just comes a tougher pitcher.
Here's a pitch. That one bounces in. Again, on 0-2, these guys just love to go to a throwaway pitch, like something that there's no way you're going to hit it.
And you can't do it if you don't trust your catcher. And Motley is just so solid back there. And very rarely does the ball get past Nick, and he does a nice job there keeping it in front.
Moran 1 for 1 in the game. Facing a 1-2 count with a runner in scoring position. Holds that red bat up in the air. Couple looks back by Canarino. Now comes home. Swing and a drill into left center field, a base hit. That will score a run for Bell. Center fielder comes through with it, throws it into second base, and in to score is Mason Peters, and Bell is on the board. It's 5-1 Carroll.
Well, a nice job of hitting that time by Moran. Just stayed back and curveball on the inside corner, and does a good job of just taking it right back up the middle for the first Blue Raider run. Get a courtesy runner for Moran. Do that for the pitcher quite often. We'll wait for our public address announcer to let us know who that might be.
Meanwhile, Skylar Cryer steps in.
Skylar Cryer.
Or not.
A right fielder. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second inning. Canarino touched for a run. That one is strike 1. Cryer not liking it because it was low in the zone. Taking the lead off first is the courtesy runner. There's a throw over by Canarino.
Give me a number, I'll tell you who he is. Maybe.
I'm seeing a 10.
Okay. Again, working remotely.
And there's a swing and a drill to the shortstop. He plays it on a hop,
what a
throws
play.
it back to second base, and gets the out. What a fantastic play by the shortstop.
Stephen Billington auditioning for that shortstop position as we move into the playoffs. Put a star next to that one, Kerry. We're through 4 here at Danford Field. Dragons lead 5-1. We're back after these words. Champion Sports Radio production of Dragon Baseball. We'll be back after this.
On all the latest news about the teams you care about, and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Take me out to the ball game.
Top half of the fifth inning, new score. Dragons 5, Blue Raiders 1. Nick Potley steps to the plate for your Carroll Dragons, and here's Gary.
Thank you, Pete. Top of the fifth inning, Nick Motley, 2 for 2, 2-run homer, and a single. He has scored twice and has a steal as well. Has played excellent behind the plate. Still on the mound is J.B. Moran, who's been pretty stellar himself with 3 strikeouts in the game out of the 5 hitters he has faced. Benefited from a batter interference call in the last inning, and then had a spectacular defensive play behind him by Mason Peters, the center fielder, to get out of the last inning in a very odd 3-up, 3-down. Meanwhile, we got Nick Motley, Casey Combs, and Ross Cadena due up for the Dragons here, up by 4.
Motley walks, Avers runs. Same old, same old. Man on first, nobody out for the Dragons. It's 5-1 here at the top half of the fifth inning.
First baseman Casey Combs.
Motley's gotten on 3 times now in the game, keeping that Dragon offense propelled from the cleanup spot. Casey Combs comes up. He is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. He was stranded both times. Working from the stretch, J.B. Moran looks over, and Avers jumps back over onto first base. And that one is foul tip back to the screen. 0-1 the count. Yeah, and a beautiful night here at Danford Field in Hurst. Weather shut down a lot of games earlier this week. No problems across the Metroplex tonight, though.
No, everybody's playing. Everybody's playing everywhere tonight.
That one bounces in on a curveball. 1-1 the count. Champion Sports Radio bringing you action from across the Metroplex. Kerry Lowry and Pete Nielsen here in Hurst, the home of the Bell Blue Raiders, bringing you Carroll baseball.
Ryan Mueller and I will be over at Dragon Field Friday night for the second game of this 2-game series. First pitch 7:05, and senior night at Dragon Field. And I have a feeling that Coach Hughes will ask us to maybe broadcast that. Haven't got final word on that, but if we do, you'll be able to, for the grandparents out there who are listening, we know we have some, and they get to listen. They don't get to go to all the games, but hopefully the senior night will be able to broadcast on Friday night for everybody.
1-2 the count. Avers leads off first, doesn't go anywhere. That one is low. It's 2-2 now.
That's a good pitch.
I thought he was going to ring him up on that. I really did.
I think Drew did too. He almost took a step towards the dugout. 2-2.
Now runner goes, swing and a miss. And here we go.
Again.
This time,
he's going to
safe
call
at
it
second.
again.
And here is the same exact call where the runner will be out from, a call that you see once a season, you see twice in 2 innings.
Yeah,
Go figure.
You can't do it. You can't walk in front of the catcher, and it's
So Casey out on strikes.
Now batting
and
left
then,
fielder Ross Cadena.
again, for the second time, J.B. Moran benefits from a batter interference. And again, what is the rule on that specifically, Pete?
You can't do it. You can't walk in front of the plate, and if you do, you're making it harder. You're impeding the catcher from throwing. And if you do it, it's an out. You're out. The guy at second's out. They got it right. It's an interpretation call, but in his opinion, when Casey stepped in front of him, it impeded the catcher's throw. He made a pretty darn good throw anyway, but still, it's the second out of the inning. Both guys out.
And why would that not happen at home? Because they'd be going the other direction.
Yeah,
see?
Yeah, that's the inning.
There he goes, strike three. J.B. Moran, again, faces only 3 batters in an inning. Pulls off 2 strikeouts, and that closes down the fourth. We go to the top of the fifth. Carroll 5, Bell 1.
I'm in a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got. But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need Stacky, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
After the customary sweet Caroline in between the bottom half of the fifth inning, not much sing-along here, though, but bottom half of the fifth, 5-1 Dragons. Here's Kerry.
Thank you, Pete. Cody Reyna, Logan Hurd, and Carter Cleveland due up for the Blue Raiders. 7, 8, and 9 batters in the order. All strikeout victims in their first at-bat against Matthew Cantorino, who stays in the game for his 5th inning of work.
I think that's a rule, that every place we go, the bottom half of the 5th inning, we had Sweet Caroline. Done. Pay attention.
Tradition.
You'll learn things. That's something that you probably didn't know before you got here, huh?
Strange hop there to the shortstop. Bounces up into his glove. Snow cones it a little bit. Makes the throw across, and Cody Reyna is out. And again, the audition tape for Stephen Billington getting extensive now.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. I think you talked about the crazy hop that time. He stayed down and made a nice throw for the first out of the inning.
Logan Hurd now steps in. Takes a breaking ball for strike 1.
Classic Silks and Accents, offering fine custom silk florals, window treatments, and accessories for residential and commercial interiors. Proudly serving their customers for 15 years as a proud sponsor of Dragon Baseball. Call Diana at 817-821-4756.
Back-to-back curveballs by Matthew Cantorino has him ahead 0-2 in the count. And there's a swing and a miss. Drop third strike. The throw to first will complete it. And Logan Hurd is out for the second out of the inning.
Also want to thank Paragon Design Group. That's they've been designing incredible customer homes and remodels for the last 23 years. Call Robert at 817-946-5933 and let him show you how they can serve your residential design needs. And that Robert, he's been a big help to us all season. That's Robert Leeper, and that's the young man who has been hurt all season. But a big thanks to Robert for all the folks in the Carroll Booster Club that have been so helpful to all of us here at Champion Sports Radio this year.
0-1 pitch to Carter Cleveland is up and out of the strike zone, 1-1. And now Cleveland steps away. He's going to go talk to the third base coach. You know, I appreciate you guys having me for Carroll Baseball, but it's not my first experience with Carroll Baseball, just not on the air. I actually have a nephew-in-law who was somewhat of a star here, Hayden Zier.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Followed his career and his brothers all through the South Lake programs.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, everybody talks about Carroll football and how dominant they are. The baseball program under Coach Hughes has been pretty darn good, too.
As you said, state semifinals last year.
Well, regional finals.
Oh, regional finals.
Yeah, my
sorry.
bad. I got a little carried away there. The state semifinals are down in Round Rock. And I'll tell you, Thomas Lee and I, president of Champion Sports Radio, got lucky, and we were able to ride that Flower Mound gravy train last year. And I'll be honest with you, there was 5 or 6 teams that we saw in the playoffs last year that would have went down to Round Rock and won a state championship. That's how good the baseball is.
Canarino with a 2-2 delivery, and he gets Carter Cleveland to strike out. His second strikeout of the inning and the 11th of the game for Canarino. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, or top of the 6th inning. It's 5-1 Carroll over Bell.
Harold Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute online at gdyo.org/jazz. Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Ryan Bellamy at the plate for the Dragons, top 5 for the 6th. Dragons lead 5-1. Here's Gary.
Thank you, Pete Nielsen. Here's the pitch from J.B. Moran in his 4th inning of work. It's been very good. No runs, 5 strikeouts. Goes 2-0, though, here to the number 7 hitter, Ryan Bellamy. Ryan Bellamy, Kevin Kramer, and Stephen Billington do for the Dragons here in the top of the 6th. Pitch that one on the inside corner. 2-1 now. Bellamy has no official at-bats in the game. He's walked twice. Walked in the 2nd and scored, and then walked in the 3rd, got stranded at first base. Here's a ground ball to shortstop. Backhanded, throw across, in time. Almost drawn off that bag, but a nice stretch there by the first baseman, and Ryan Bellamy is retired for the first time in this game.
Kevin Kramer.
Young man's done a good job after entering the game. I believe he's going to be charged with any run since he's entered from after starting the game at third base for the Blue Raiders and really shut the Dragon offense down.
That one is low. 1-0 the count. He's faced 9 batters. Only 2 have reached. 1 hit and 1 walk. And he's registered 5 strikeouts. J.B. Moran is getting the job done for Bell, and he's keeping them in this game. They're within striking distance.
Yes, they are. Stranger things have happened.
Kevin Kramer, the third baseman, fouls it back up against the screen. Actually hits the very top of the screen and the pole. Dangerously goes into the crowd over there.
That'll wake you up. Hopefully. That's a good looking pitch there. Just stayed outside.
Count goes to 3-1. We are officially under the lights here at Danford Field. The field is in perfect condition. Big LD bell there you see behind the batter's box, and that one is low and outside, and that will be ball 4. Only the second walk issued by J.B. Moran, only the third base runner allowed by him.
While the Blue Raiders won't be playing baseball after this week, I would almost guarantee the stadium is used for playoff baseball. It is perfect.
It's a nice central location.
It is. Very close at first base. But yeah, central location, not so central for broadcast crews that try to work here. I mean, you can, if you get here early enough, I guess you could set up on down the first base line and get a little bit of a better angle. But no room in the press box for us, so we're out in the elements. But it's a perfect night. But what a beautiful, beautiful park. Symmetrical stadium, 330 down the lines, 365 in the gaps, and 375 to straightaway center. Absolutely beautiful and absolutely perfect shape.
There was a little bit of a wind straight out to center field as we started the game, but that flag out there is completely dead now.
Good pitch.
Stephen Billington, the shortstop, has made some nice defensive plays, Pete. At the plate, he is 0 for 2, however. He does have an RBI on a ground out in the second inning. Base runner at first base is Kevin Kramer. He was leaning the wrong way there. Scrambled back, barely getting a hand in on a nice move by J.B. Moran.
Boy, he's got a big lead still.
And there's the throw back again. That time they got him. The throw was right on the money where he was able to tap him on the shoulder, Pete, and a pickoff there. And, wow, it just doesn't pay to be a base runner when J.B. Moran's on the mound.
That was a solid move, and I caught it out of the corner of my eye, and he just took an extra step, and as he was taking that step, Moran threw over, and Kev Kramer was in Never Never Land.
One and two the count. In a strange statistical oddity, 3 runners have gotten to first base against J.B. Moran.
And they ain't got past there.
And 3 of them have been called out on the bases. There's a swing at strike 3.
Strange one.
And there's a throw to first. He's going to get there on the drop third strike. Stephen Billington continues the strange outing here for J.B. Moran. Effective, but pulling out all the different scoring options here.
Now batting designated
Back to the
hitter,
top of the order,
Johnson.
Pete. It's Alex Johnson, his 4th at-bat of the game. He is 1 for 3 with a single. And he was called out on the bases for that batter interference call that got popular in the last couple innings.
Yeah. That'll be a coaching point on the way home, I would bet. Coach Hughes has a way of getting his point across, and we've been getting to watch it all year, and some of them are classic, and we'll ask after the game, what did you say? And he'll flat out tell us, and say, some of it can't be shared. He's unique. He really is a great guy to win. We talked about the Booster Club here at Carroll and how helpful they have been. Coach Hughes has been a gem. Anytime we ask for anything, he sends it to us, or he's been updating with the weather. We're the first ones to know. He emails his kids the email, and we're on that chain. So very, very helpful, and that's been very helpful this season with this crazy weather we've had this spring.
There's a swing and a foul tip for a strike. Nothing can get done without the communication of the coaching staff and the volunteers, the parents, even this field right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there were a lot of dads and
assistant
out there
coaches and JV coaches and
helping out, getting
the
this
kids,
thing ready.
Yeah. More and more fields at the high school level now. If you look down the right field line, you'll see the tarpaulin. There's one down the left field line as well. And, the booster clubs raise the money, and they can do that. And without that, I find it hard to believe that we would have been playing tonight with all the rain we've had the last couple of days.
There's teams that have gone to Home Depot and rented water pumps just to get fields clear.
Yeah. Let's hope it's out of the way, because when you get into the playoffs, Kerry, you have a certain time that you have to get those series fixed and completed. And I've been part of a radio crew that had to travel with a team so they could find a place to play. so they can get the game in before midnight on Sunday. Just crazy.
Yeah, in that case, does it ever come down where they just say, well, it has to be a one-gamer?
Yeah, that's what will happen sometimes, and it's totally unfair. But, there's been times also when the weather's been that bad, and it's not just been one team, but 4 or 5 teams. They've extended it, but they won't let them play on Sunday. So it's got to be done by midnight. I'm sorry, I said midnight Sunday. It's midnight Saturday.
The runner goes on 3-2 with 2 outs. Of course, he's going to be going every time now on movement there by the pitcher.
I'll tell you, there's it might have been maybe 6-7 years ago. The Hebron Hawks under Steve Stone had to go all the way out to Wichita Falls to play Game 3 of a series.
Wow.
Yeah, and they got it in, and it was let's just say it was a long bus ride home. But, yeah, that's where they found a dry field, the Wichita Falls Rider.
Runner goes. That one is down for ball 4. And the second walk of the inning issued by J.B. Moran might merit a trip to the mound, but not just yet. 2 runners on now for the Dragons.
A pinch hitter here. Big number 6 checking in for the Dragons.
Your attention, please. We have a pinch hitter for the Dragons. Batting for Drew Davis, number 6, Brendan Gonzalez.
That's Brendan Gonzalez. We've seen Gonzalez sometimes as a courtesy runner, getting a chance to swing the stick here.
It's a pretty key situation. Only a 4-run lead here in the top of the 6th inning. And there's the pitch. And there's the first pitch strike there by J.B. Moran. Moran, again, working in his 4th inning of work. Very effective, but 2 walks in this inning have caused a little trouble. But 2 outs. That one almost striped into the top of the strike zone. Boy, howdy, that had a big break on it. 1-1 the count.
I'm real impressed with this young man. He's been pounding the strike zone, not scared. Really, really impressive.
That one bounces in to Reyna. Two and 1 the count. 2 outs. From the stretch, J.B. Moran deals. That one up in the strike zone. It'll be ball 3.
Don't want to lose him with Eric Cole standing in the on-deck circle.
Brendan Gonzalez, the batter. Pinch hitting for Drew Davis. Drew was 0 for 3 on the game. Here's the pitch. Very much inside. Almost got a hold of him, but it was ball 4. And the bases are now loaded, and here is the trip to the mound.
This time it looks like it's the pitching coach for the Blue Raiders, and just wondering if J.D. Moran might be starting to run out of gas.
Key moment here for Bell if they're going to stay in this game against the Dragons. Brendan Gonzalez with a quality at-bat there to get the walk. He had just come into the game. All 3 runners on base without a hit. There's been 3 walks in this inning, but then one was caught stealing, picked off at first. Then we have a drop third strike, and that's Stephen Billington, and he's standing at third now. At second base is Alex Johnson, who walked. And at first base, Brendan Gonzalez, who walked.
Did you mention the guy getting picked off in this inning?
Yes,
too?
I did.
Okay.
Kevin Kramer, he was on first.
Yeah.
Or on initially.
A wacky inning.
Now batting center fielder.
It's been a wacky couple innings.
Eric Cole, 1 for 3. He doubled and scored. Got the first hit of the game for the Dragons in that first inning. Got on base for that 2-run homer by Nick Motley. And then he's flown out to right field and center field, deep to center field in his last at bat. That one is down low, 1-0. Not exactly, or this is exactly the guy you want at the plate if you're a Dragon fan watching. There's the pitch. That one is up. It's ball 2. J.B. Moran losing a little bit of control here, and here comes the first baseman in to talk to him a little bit, calm him down, get things back straight. 2-0 count. No place to put the Batter Eric Cole. 2 outs. 5-1 lead for Carroll. Top of the 6th. Outside. 3-0. Do you give him the green light here?
No. Not with the bases loaded, but he's really struggling too. So I think he's out of gas.
There's a pitch. Groove that one.
What do I know? Now he's ripping.
No, I think you're right. The body language is certainly a guy who's kind of at the end of his range here. 3-1 pitch to Cole. Takes it for a strike. He was dancing to first base. Thought that one would have been up and out of the strike zone instead.
Eric, if I'm you, I'm swinging at anything close.
It'll be the merry-go-round now. Runners will be all going. Bases loaded, 3-2, 2 outs. Eric Cole at the plate. The pitch from Moran. This one, strike 3 in the outside corner. J.B. Moran dials it up when he has to and gets the Carroll Dragons out. Major jam there. And the Dragons come up empty after making a lot of noise there. But they still lead 5-1 with Canarino on the mound going to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Boost and exposure. Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student-athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Bottom half of the 6th inning here at Danford Field. Dragons continue to lead 5-1. Here's Kerry Larry.
Thank you, Pete Nielsen. Matthew Canarino coming out for his 6th inning of work. 11 strikeouts. He has allowed 3 hits and 1 run. But he's pretty much been in control the whole time. He's a quality pitcher. He's just in his speed.
Off the bottom of the 6th for the Blue Raiders, designated hitter,
he has not put unnecessary people on base. They've had to earn their way on.
A couple defensive changes I see for the Dragons. Corin Krug is over at first base, and Sam Avers is out in center field for the Dragons. Avers was the courtesy runner a couple times. Now he's in the game for Eric Cole, and defensive replacement over for Krug at first.
Kyle Broussard, the leadoff hitter.
I'm sorry, no, that's not Krug. That's still Combs over there. My bad. 2-7. The eyes are going.
Kyle Broussard, the designated hitter for the Blue Raiders and leadoff hitter, leads off this inning. Canarino bounces that one in. The count goes to 1-1. Broussard 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Struck out in the first and in the 3rd inning. Left-handed hitter looked for a bunt on that first pitch. And there's a bouncer right up the middle. Shortstop ranges over. He's not going to be able to get it in time. Knocks it down just a little bit. It'll be a leadoff single for Kyle Broussard and the Bell Blue Raiders.
Well, seeing eye hits that time, and it looked like Billington slowed down, thinking maybe the second baseman would make the play. But as the shortstop, you got to go get everything. And I see Coach Hughes out of the dugout with one of his favorite things is when the palms are up. things are not good when the Palms are up.
Canarino bounces that one in on the first pitch to Caleb Irvin.
And Kerry, you mentioned it a little while ago, a little uneasy feeling here around the ball yard here. And senior night, these fans are rooting for these Blue Raiders to come back.
Outside corner on that one, and there is strike one.
1-1
the count.
What is a Blue Dragon anyway?
I don't know. I don't
Something
know that that's a black.
Is that like a sushi thing?
I don't think that's a mascot for anyone.
No, I just made that up. I'm sorry.
Maybe if you had your fantasy team.
We'll name them the Blue Dragons. Yeah. It's a new role at the sushi place.
1-2, the count now to Caleb Irvin. Irvin 0 for 2. He popped up to the third baseman in the first inning and then was a strikeout victim of Canarino in the fourth inning. There's a pitch, and it's grounded to third base and past the third baseman. The first two men are on here for Bell. Here in the bottom of the sixth inning, the fifth hit of the game. And now the catcher goes out to the mound to calm down Matthew Canarino.
You get all the momentum from leaving the bases loaded. You come up and top of the order, back-to-back singles. First time we've seen that tonight. 2 runners on base. That's also a first tonight. And we talked about it earlier in the game. This is where Cantarino all season has found the extra gear to go back and get it. He's going to have to now. 3, 4, and 5 come to the plate.
Looking for that outside corner. Couldn't find it. 1-0 the count. At the plate is Mason Peters, the center fielder. He is 1 for 2. Ground out to first in the first inning, and then a big ringing double off the wall in the fourth inning, and ended up scoring the only run so far for the Bell Raiders.
Some action down the right field line, some Carroll Dragons getting loose quickly. Maybe a warm-up, somebody warming up in the bullpen. I'll get you a number here as soon as I can.
And here's the pitch. That one is grooved in for a strike. 2-1 the count.
It might be Ramage. He's been the closer for the Dragons this year. Has done a really nice job. Double check.
Left-handed hitter Mason Peters. Launched one the last time he was up.
Yeah, it's Cole Ramage getting loose.
And there is a strike. That one is on the outside corner. 2-2 the count now. Nobody out. Runner at first and second. And Mason Peters goes over to talk to the coach. Now he's going to step back in. 2-2. Matthew Canarino. 11 strikeouts. Really needs one here. You don't even want those runners moving up to second and third, even if you can get an out here. So, and that one is high. Full count. Canarino.
What a jump on that fastball right there, just up and out of the zone. A good job of laying off.
Kyle Broussard leads off of second base. Caleb Irvin leads off first. They're not holding either. Turn around. Looks back at second. No damage. Matthew Canarino looks in. Mason Peters at the plate. Full count. Swing. No swing. Struck him out. Struck him out looking.
That's a strike.
And that's the first out and a very key out.
I'm not sure about the 3-1 pitch, but that's been a strike all night.
First baseman Jordan Satterwhite.
Satterwhite 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts against Canarino. Steps in from the right side. Cleanup hitter, first baseman for the Blue Raiders. Canarino looks back at second. Comes home. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Off speed. Satterwhite sitting back on a fastball and just ticks a little bit off this Canarino and swings right through it for the first strike.
5-1 is the score. Carroll leads, bottom of the sixth inning. 5 outs to work with for Bell. Fouls that one back to the screen. Canarino is up 0-2. Great as he has pitched, this is a pickle.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, like I've talked about, I hate to repeat myself, but this is where he's at his best normally. Back up against the wall.
Pitch is high, 1-2.
Nice Wednesday night crowd here at Danford Field.
It is senior night, as you mentioned. Yeah.
Nothing would make the home crowd happier of a base hit right here.
Bell's had a quality season, bear of a district.
Yeah,
10-11 overall.
It's a tough district, and you just can't have any off nights. And whoever built these districts didn't do a lot of teams a lot of favors. Good pitch.
That's strike 3.
That's just perfect. I mean, that is absolutely. You can't throw a better pitch than that right there.
At a better time.
Right.
I mean, he just struck out the 3 and 4 hitters back to back.
But this guy's been a thorn.
Had to.
2 hits on the night for this young man, correct?
J.B. Moran, the only Bell batter with a perfect night so far. 2 for 2, 2 singles, and the only RBI of the game. Has another RBI opportunity right here. Takes one high. Ball 1. Tripping off the mound a little bit.
Matt doing a little dance out there that time.
That'll throw you off. Repairs the mound a little bit.
Overthrew the curveball. A little dance.
Broussard at second base. Irvin at first base.
Wow.
Swing and a miss by Moran, and the count is even at 1-1.
See the jump in that fastball there. Moran way late on that fastball here, just late in this game, and he just reaches back when his back is against the wall, and he's doing it again here. He's almost out of this mess. Back-to-back singles to start the inning, and one strike away from battling all the way out of it.
13 strikeouts so far on the game, and he's facing number 13 here, J.B. Moran. Will he be the 13th or the 14th strikeout victim? 1-2. Again, Moran 2 for 2 in the game. One on an infield single and one on a shot of a base hit.
And the runner's going.
A double steal is on, and that.
How about that from Coach Gibson?
The ball was outside and maybe trying to react and go and get the ball. Couldn't come up with it. Was Motley anticipating the steals. Second and third now. The four's taken away, but it's 2-2 count with 2 outs. That one bounces in, and here comes the runner home.
He's going to be out.
And he is out at the plate.
What a great job by Motley to recover and dive and get the out at the plate.
We get to the end of the 6th inning. We go to the top of the 7th. 5-1 Carroll over Bell.
On all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
to third base.
Well, Coach Gibson gives us a line change here at the top of the 7th inning, and I guess all that matters right now is we have a new pitcher, and you'll introduce us to him.
New pitcher, it comes from first base. It's Jordan Satterwhite, number 21. He was the first baseman. Yeah, he was the first, so he's been in the whole game.
All I got from that was the first baseman's now pitching. The center fielder, Peters, is now at first. The third baseman, Moran, who was pitching, is now back at third. And if I can just remember who's playing center field, we'll have it all.
Skylar Cryer, I thought.
Cryer went from right to center.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a lot. It was kind of like volleyball when you have to move after the serve. You know, that's what everybody just did.
There's Motley. That I know who's up.
First pitch from Satterwhite is up in the zone and is ball 1.
Where'd that one come from? It's a practice ball.
5-1 our score. Carroll baseball on Champion Sports Radio. Kerry Lowry and Pete Nielsen.
Whoa!
And that one is up and a little bit in.
Bring down, Jordan.
2-0, and Jordan Satterwhite trying to find the zone here.
Satterwhite on the season by far. Uh-oh. That's you. That's us.
Right in a seat and stays there.
The chair caught the ball.
That is awesome. I thought it was going to be me for a second there.
You showed good range.
I did.
You moved
I was
an
ready
inch.
to move. I moved an inch. Hey.
Anyway, Satterwhite on the year, 32 innings, 7 games started, 1-3 on the season. 36 hits, 21 runs, 17 earned runs, 20 walks. There's 17 strikeouts. ERA of 3.71. Second most innings on the staff. Got Motley.
And he got him on after going these crazy 2 pitches to start. He gets him on 3 straight to retire. Motley.
Is it a full moon?
Wow. No, I know it's not. But
no, there it is. It's almost. This game is weird.
Motley retired for the first time in the game. He was 2 for 2. Home run, single, and a walk. And there's a strike, and Satterwhite has found it.
Yeah. Well.
But he's had it all season.
Yeah,
he's had a pretty darn good season.
Darn good season. Funny exchange over down the third base line between the third base coach of the Dragons and the coaching staff of LD Bell. A lot of the palms up, and you know what they're talking about. It's got to be the strikes on lookout.
Casey Combs way out in front of that one. Fouls it over by the Bell third base dugout. 1-2 the count. Jordan Satterwhite has found it after 2 very high pitches to Motley. And there's a ground ball to shortstop. Charging in. Makes the play, throws across, and gets the out. 2 down. 2 up, 2 down here as the 4th and 5th hitters retired for the Dragons. Ross Cadena
Your attention, please. We have
is not going to play. Is not going to pitch or bat.
It's J.D. Martin.
Number 14, Anthony
Martin, excuse me.
The pinch hitter.
Martin, seen Martin a lot at first base this year, getting a chance to hit here in the 7th inning. Speaking of the 7th inning, Heritage Homes is a proud sponsor of Carroll Baseball, building fine custom homes in South Lake and surrounding communities. Heritage Homes, we thank them for their sponsorship of Carroll Baseball. Right up the chute.
Man, that has popped very, very high. Right on the infield. The shortstop
Serve
and
donuts.
second baseman both there.
Uh-oh.
And it is
Caught. Is he hurt?
Wow.
What happened?
Is he all right? He
Oh,
made the
he's
catch.
okay.
He could qualify for Cirque du Soleil with that.
That was an effort.
We move to the bottom of the seventh, and Carroll leads 5-1.
All right, 5-1 as we go to the bottom of the seventh inning in a wild one here at Danford Field.
Conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the number one cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Bottom half of the seventh inning here at Danford Field. Dragons lead LD Bell 5-1. New pitcher on the mound. Try to close this out for the Dragons. Introduce you to him. There's Carroll Lowry.
New pitcher, as you said.
Cole Ramage.
He is the closer.
He is the closer. And a young man that has grown leaps and bounds this season for our Carroll Dragons.
He started warming up in the middle of last inning when Canarino was in a little bit of trouble. He might have entered the game in the sixth, but Canarino worked out of it. And, you know, a guy like Canarino is going to get a long rope, you know, to try to get out of it. He did. Plenty warm now is Ramage. Right-handed pitcher.
Leading off the bottom of the seventh for the Blue Raiders, third baseman J.B. Moran.
J.B. Moran will lead it off.
Moran was at the plate when the last out of the inning was made at home plate, and we get to start over. Whoa.
It's pretty cool when your at-bat has a sequel.
It's part two.
This is it. As you remember, Kyle Broussard tried to sneak home on a wild pitch. It jumped away from the catcher, and they dove at each other at home plate, and Motley got there first.
And you can see why Ramage is so effective. He is just throwing straight heat as the closer.
There it is. Foul tip. Strike two. 1-2 the count here to J.B. Moran. Moran 2 for 2. 2 singles and an RBI, plating the only run of the game so far for Bell, and that happened in the fourth inning. There's the pitch, and that one is low and outside. 2-2 the count.
Good eye, JB.
Moran, who had a stellar stint pitching in this game, holding the Dragons scoreless over his 4 innings. And there he fouls one off into the darkness. Actually, the screen caught that one.
And it landed in a mud puddle out there. That ball just disappeared.
Well, we've had one land in a puddle.
The water had to end up somewhere.
We've had a ball land in a chair. I mean,
what else you want? Two guys. Ooh, that's going to be tough play.
There's a grounder. It hits in fair ground, spins a little bit, and goes foul, and is finally grabbed by the pitcher, who sprinted over to get it.
Good job, keep battling.
J.B. Moran's epic at-bat continues.
This is a 2-inning at-bat.
2 innings, probably about,
half hour.
11 pitches so far. He's
good pitch.
Foul tip, strike 3. Went up the ladder with the speed, and Moran tried to chase it.
Center fielder Skylar Pryor.
Just climbed the ladder. Got him to chase out of the zone for the first out here at the bottom half of the seventh.
It's the first time J.B. Moran was retired in this game. Skylar Cryer steps up, takes a breaking ball, Boy, that looked pretty darn good. I'm not even sure.
I don't think anybody knows.
I don't know what zone that missed, but I hate to be that way.
Yeah, usually everybody leaves that on me to be the bad guy.
And running
what
for
a
it,
catch.
almost makes the catch. He's going to slide right into the tarp over there.
How wet he is.
That's right over where the ball had hit the screen and it landed in the mud
great
puddle
effort by
that you were
Bellamy.
making fun of a minute ago. Yeah, well,
that's what Bellamy looks like now.
Bellamy's in it. Not the only thing that's landed in the mud puddle. Wow.
What a great effort, though. You saw the
was
speed
tremendous.
of Ryan Bellamy. He came from nowhere, out of nowhere to make an attempt on that. And he's covered in mud right now.
He was flying.
He made a great landing, too.
1-1 pitch.
A little slip and slide out there right down the foul line. Slid so far, he ended up on the tarp.
Skylar Cryer 0 for 2, struck out in the second inning and then bounced into a fielder's choice to end the fourth. There's a strike, 2-2 the count. Again, the Carroll closer. Ramage is in the game.
A lot of batters talking themselves tonight about the incredible moving strike zone we've had all night.
There's a swing and a bouncer to the opposite field, but foul. Bell hitters have definitely battled. Long at bats. That one was destined to fall into Cryer's hip pocket. Curved at the last second. Drops inside and go full. 3-2. 1 out. Here comes the heat. And a ripped into left field, but right at the left. Oh! Off the top of his glove. And it bounces all the way back to the fence. Streaming around second base. On his way to third is Cryer, and he dives in head first with a triple. Skylar Cryer with a screamer. And then he turns on the Jets and gets a triple.
That ball was hit so hard, it almost came, I think it came through Cadina's glove out there in right field. Great hustle by Avers in center field to back it up. And that thing was rising as it got to left field and almost took his arm off.
I agree. He had it played, skied for it, and for it to hit his glove and get to the fence, that thing was.
If he doesn't get the glove on it, it might have went out of here the way it was climbing.
Cody Reyna, the catcher, steps in now.
Triple in my book.
And there's strike one. Speed against speed there. Bat speed against pitch speed on a full count fastball on Ramage, and it's taken out to left field for a triple. And there's the breaking ball. When he can change speeds like that and keep it in the zone.
This youngster finds out right now he's a thrower. When he learns how to pitch, he's special now. I can only imagine how good he's going to be.
0-2 pitch. Just he couldn't catch up to that. He's looking for an off speed, did not get it. Cody Reyna
a little bit of jump
for the
there.
third time. 1 out left for the Bell Blue Raiders, and it looks like they might be making a switch here. Logan Hurd is the expected batter. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but he will not hit. We'll check and see who is coming into the game. Ramage came in to start this inning with a 5-run lead, not a save situation. And struck out J.B. Moran to start the inning, then the triple by Skylar Cryer, who is currently at third, and then Cody Reyna struck out. 1 out to go in this ball game for the Dragon faithful.
To attention, please, pinch hitter for the Blue Raiders, batting for Logan Hurd, number 4, Michael Bernhardt. Bernhardt, pinch hitter.
Perhaps you heard our public address announcer. That's Michael Bernhardt stepping in with 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th for the Dragons. The Blue Dragons.
You're determined
the Blue Raiders.
to call them
Send me home. Pack the stuff up. I'm going home.
And there's the pitch on the outside corner, and quickly up 0-2 as the Blue Raiders are down to their last strike. Michael Bernhardt at the plate. There's the pitch. Outside corner, strike three. 3 pitches. Bernhardt is out, and the South Lake Carroll
So the Blue Raiders are gone in the bottom of the 7th inning. No runs
come through with the win, shutting them down in the bottom of the 7th inning. Carroll 5, Bell 1.
At 7 o'clock in South Lake.
Is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at ChampionSportsRadio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShotboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Back at Danford Field, the scene of a Carroll 5-1 victory. Outstanding performance tonight by Matthew Cantorino on the hill for the Dragons. He'll be your winner. Will Ramage will pick up a save and go through the box score. Here's Cody.
Cody.
What's your name?
It's all right. I'll answer to anything.
Yeah. It's been a long day.
Yeah. Carrie.
Carrie.
Yeah, Carrie. Yeah.
Blue Raiders.
Yeah. Blue Dragons. All right. So Cantorino does get the win. He goes 6 innings, 1 run on 5 hits, 13 strikeouts, Pete.
Only 13 tonight, huh?
Yeah. and nobody walked. So,
That's
I mean,
pretty solid.
And, some of those at-bats were tough. It's not like he cruised through all of them.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid performance. We've seen that a lot this year from him.
Then Ramage comes in to pitch the 7th inning. Not a save situation. They're up by 4. He allows no runs on 1 hit. It was a big triple, but that runner was stranded at third because Ramage struck out 3. So 16 total strikeouts for Carroll pitching.
Well, you asked me how the season's gone, and that's it in a nutshell. The pitching has been outstanding all season, and you get that kind of an effort from your starter, and then Ramage comes in and does the job he does in the 7th inning. It's a solid victory for this team.
Dragons at the plate. Alex Johnson 1 for 3 with a walk. Had a single in the game. Drew Davis, tough night for him, 0 for 3. He's been a hot hitter so far, but tonight his teammates had to pick him up. Brendan Gonzalez came in and pinch hit. Got a walk in place of Davis late in the game. Eric Cole, 1 for 4. Had a double and a run scored. Nick Motley is your star of the game offensively. Officially 2 for 3. Had a home run and a walk. 2 runs on that home run. Two RBIs on that home run. Also scored twice. Casey Combs, 2 for 4 with a single and a double. Ross Cadena, 0 for 3 in the night. Anthony Martin came in and pinch hit for Ross, and he flew out. He was 0 for 1. Brian Bellamy, nice night. He was officially 0 for 1, but he had 2 walks mixed in there and scored the 3rd run of the game for the Carroll Dragons. Kevin Kramer, the 3rd baseman, had a good game at 3rd base and at the plate as well. A double and an RBI, and he scored a run, and he also walked, officially 1 for 2 on the night. Stephen Billington, the shortstop, was batting in the 9 hole, and he went officially 0 for 3. Had an RBI, though, on a ground out. And hustled down to get on base on a drop ball 3rd strike that gave the Dragons a chance for some insurance runs and keep that inning alive.
All in all, a very solid effort for the Dragons today. 1 game left in district, and then as next season starts, we'll be there Friday night with the last regular season game in district play. Cantorino good, Motley good. Got to find a way to pick up those base runners when you get leadoff runners on, and there'll be some teaching moments, my friend, on that bus ride going home. It was a pleasure working with you tonight.
Thank you, Pete. We also want to thank all of our sponsors of Carroll Dragon Baseball and Champion Sports Radio. The season sponsor is Meet You Anywhere Barbecue. That's MEAT if you're looking that up online. Game sponsors, Alcourt Marketing, Nothing Bunt Cakes, Heritage Homes, and Priority Signs and Graphics. Also sponsored by Jeff Irwin, State Farm Insurance Agency, the Heineman family, Speedy B Car Wash, Around the Plate Sports, Orizo Italian Street Food, and SportsMed Chiropractic. Also, Classic Silks and Accents, bringing you Dragon Baseball, along with Paragon Design Group. Carroll Dragons Baseball is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio. On Twitter at Champion Sports, Facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and online at ChampionSportsRadio.com. For Pete Nielsen, I'm Kerry Lowry, thanking you for listening and watching on CSR TV. More action, get on that website. You'll see all the best teams in the Metroplex on Champion Sports Radio. Final score, 5-1, Carroll over Bell. Good night, Nash, and good night from Hurst, Texas.